Revenge! Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video is going to be my thoughts and impressions regarding the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh VRAINS, episode 88, Wendy the Revenger. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode was foreshadowed to the extreme, and I also thought it was very interesting how the duel between Soulburner and Wendy has played out so far. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from this episode was the foreshadowing at the very beginning, and we'll talk about that soon enough, as well as a personal prediction of mine that I'm going to squeeze in here just because this was brought up in the episode. So look forward to that, and at risk of further rambling, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins with a recap of last week, where we watched Spectre lose his duel against Lightning, and Wendy in Lightning's palace deciding who he's going to go after next. And initially, Wendy is going to go after Revolver, but Lightning appears and stops him and says, no, save Revolver for later. And this infuriates Wendy because he wants nothing more than to get revenge on Revolver for what he had done to him. And Lightning is basically saying, no, we need to take out some other duelists first. And Wendy's like, well, then who do you have in mind? And that's when Lightning says a very interesting piece of foreshadow here. He says that Bowman is going to go after Blue Maiden. And that kind of piqued my interest, and this is where my personal prediction kind of kicks in here and we get a little off topic. So I've been wanting to do a prediction video about this since this duel had been revealed on how I thought the rest of this Evil Ignis arc was going to go. But I think this episode just pretty much confirmed what I was thinking was going to happen, so I'm kind of thrilled about that. Basically, since this duel was announced, I always thought Soulburner was going to go up against Wendy, and Soulburner is unfortunately probably going to lose. So Soulburner loses, Wendy wins, we move on, we see Bowman go up against Blue Maiden, and Bowman wins. And then we get a duel between Bowman and Playmaker, and Playmaker wins that one, leaving just Playmaker, Revolver, Wendy, and Lightning left. And I think at the very end here of this arc, we're going to get a tag duel between these four. Kind of like what Yugi and Kaiba did way back in the Duel Monster days against Darts. In fact, I even looked it up. So far, Yu-Gi-Oh! Each Yu-Gi-Oh! Series has had at least one tag duel, with the exception of VRAINS. VRAINS is the only one yet to have a tag duel, and I think this opportunity is where we're going to see it because it makes the most sense here. But again, those are just my personal predictions on this arc. You can let me know what your guys' predictions are if you don't agree with me. But anyway, so back to the actual episode. We go to Soulburner and Flame, and they are in this abandoned airfield with all these abandoned airplanes, and all of a sudden they start moving. And Flame's like, is there such a thing as ghost planes? And this freaks Soulburner out because Soulburner, as you guys may know, is still afraid of ghosts. And even Flame kind of is like, oh yeah, I forgot, you're afraid of ghosts. And Soulburner's like, shut up. And then they got to thinking about it, and they're like, well, maybe the wind moved them, as these planes pretty much create like a circle around them, a fence around them, so they can't get away. And it's at this point Wendy appears. And when Wendy appears, we get a little bit of a mind game going here between Flame and Wendy, and it takes a while for Soulburner to pick up on it. Basically, what Flame is doing is he's trying to make Wendy lose his cool so that he will lose this duel. And that's essentially what happened to him when he went up against Revolver. Wendy lost his cool and eventually lost, and basically, Flame has to not so subtly spell it out for Soulburner what exactly he's doing and to play along. So Soulburner decides to go along with it, as this is probably going to be their best chance to defeat Wendy. But Wendy, like Lightning, does not care for mind games. He's like, I've had enough of you talking. Let's just get the duel started. And Wendy goes first as the duel begins. And he actually is able, in his first turn, Wendy is actually able to bring out Link 3 Bahamut Bomber, which is the monster that he used against Revolver. It's the strongest monster he has, and he's able to successfully bring it out and use his monster's effects to pretty much just mess with Soulburner. He uses Soulburner's hand to make this possible, and actually deals some damage to Soulburner before Soulburner even gets to make his move. So before he gets to move, Soulburner is already lost life points, and Wendy is just getting started, and Soulburner's infuriated. He's like, he's playing our own turn, and he's using my hand against me. And so Soulburner is just infuriated by this. Flame has to tell him to calm down, and so Soulburner is just elated when Windy finally ends his turn and he's able to make his move, and we actually see a continuous summon out of Soulburner, and he actually is able to bring out Link 3, Salamangreat, Heat-Delisle within his first turn there as well. However, Windy, using Bahamut Bomber's effects and his Storm Rider deck, is pretty much able to seal Heat-Delisle away because Soulburner plans on using Reincarnation Link Summon. Windy's able to use a combo to seemingly prevent this from happening, but Soulburner's able to get around it. He's able to save Heat-Delisle from ultimate destruction, but at the same time, he also does end up taking damage. So Soulburner, even before the first turn is even done, is already down. He's down at about 800 life points at this point. And the episode pretty much concludes with Soulburner confronting Windy. He's like, so, how did you feel when you offed your partner, killed your partner? And Windy's like, well, I don't know. And this infuriates Soulburner. Soulburner's like, these kids went through so much from the Lost Incident and to create you, and this is how you're treating them. And basically Soulburner's just infuriated by this, and he vows to Windy that he will get revenge for his partner, for him. And that's where the episode essentially leaves off. So yeah, in short, that was the episode. Soulburner is in this duel, but he's already down. And Windy is actually going all out to get at Soulburner. So like I said, I think it's pretty clear Soulburner is probably going to end up losing this duel. But we'll have to see whose cooler head prevails, although my money is on Windy, unfortunately. So yeah, other than that, though, the big foreshadow at the beginning and Soulburner being down at the end of the episode, those are the two big highlights of this episode, the two big takeaways, if you will. And so with all of that being said, in the comments section down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? What were your thoughts? As for mine, I give this episode, I actually don't give this episode a better score than this. I give it a 6 out of 10, only because I did not like, although the foreshadow was interesting and I'm hyped that my prediction is most likely going to be true, I really didn't want it to be revealed like this. I really wanted to be surprised, and, well, bye-bye to that. So, yeah, like I said, 6 out of 10. This episode was a good episode, but I was a little bit disappointed with it in a number of ways, but that was the big one. So, yeah, like I said before, guys, let me know in the comments section what you guys thought about this week's episode. And as always, everybody, keep those comments coming because I enjoy hearing from you. All right, everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.